answer any questions that you may have about your particular SEO thing. But why Drupal for SEO? We're going to go over 7 tips, some modules, some more modules, and some really great third-party tools that you can use. What's new and going on in the world of SEO right now. Upselling SEO to your clients. So how do you do that? How do you convince them not only that if they're already hiring you, they need to do some SEO along with the creation of the project, but if you're going up against other platforms when you're bidding a project, how you can leverage your knowledge of SEO to help you win those projects. And then I'm going to do a quick demo. I'm going to configure some modules, and I want to try and leave at least 15 minutes at the end. So my goal here is about a 15-minute presentation, 15 minutes of demonstration, and then 15 minutes of Q&A. So you have a helper. He's going to signal me every 15 minutes, right? All right, rocket. Very good. So anybody seen the movie Ratatouille? Lots of people seen the movie. That's good. So you know the saying, anyone can cook. So my saying is anyone can do Drupal SEO. Okay, it doesn't take a magician or some special arcane knowledge. In fact, everything that you need to know about doing 80 or 90% of the on-page SEO that you need to do, I'm going to cover with you today. And I'm going to mention the other stuff in passing, so jot it down and you can go look it up and learn more about it that way. There are lots of modules to help you do your SEO. There are videos out there going through the different modules, configuring them. If you go to the webinar page on Acquia and go look at their past webinars, there are actually a couple of different SEO webinars that we've done that are up there that kind of can walk you through the configuration. So there's no magic, there's no hidden knowledge. And also there's a book that's coming out soon on Drupal SEO. And I'll just let you guess about the author and all that kind of good stuff. So 10 reasons why Drupal is the best platform for SEO. Number 1, it is configurable. As many of you know, you can go in and you can add the modules. You can make Drupal perfectly optimized for SEO. So one of the things I love the most about it is that there are very few elements in the Drupal system that you can't customize to make it perfect for Google. It is flexible. So when you are doing those configurations and something changes in the world of search engine optimization, it's very easy to go back and redo the things in Drupal to make it perfectly search engine optimized. So it grows with the SEO world. It stays optimized. If you configure the modules properly, when people add content to your site, that new content is going to be, generally speaking, optimized. If it's really important content, you want to go in there and tweak it, but it, generally speaking, will stay optimized for you. It helps to eliminate duplicate content. It has very clean code, and I'm going to show you some tools today that you can go check out the code after you finish the site to make sure that the code that you've written and the modules you've added continue to generate clean code for your site. It is easy to integrate with third-party SEO tools. It fights spam. It is easy to create landing pages. Anybody know what a landing page is? A lot of people don't. So a landing page is a page that you create that you want somebody, when they click on your link in Google, you want them to come straight to that page. So maybe a product that you sell that you're optimizing, or just a page that really talks to a particular customer segment. And Drupal makes it very easy to create those pages and tweak them for SEO. Also, the community features. It's easy to add a blog, a forum, things like that to Drupal, where it's much harder to add that to some other platforms. And then finally, Drupal has a very thriving ecosystem. And so when things do change in the SEO world, very, very quickly, somebody comes along with a module that handles that particular change, or there's some code that goes up onto Drupal.org. So it's a fantastic world to work in for SEO. So 7 tips. I'm going to hit some tips right now that are just going to rock your Drupal SEO. It's going to take you to the next level. It's going to make everybody here in this room know more than anybody else about doing SEO. All right, you ready? Bated breath? Bated breath. All right. Tip number 1, there are no secret tips. Sorry, I had you going there for the bated breath thing, didn't I? All right. So that's one of the great things about doing SEO, is that all the information is out there. And actually, one of the hardest things about SEO is knowing what information is actually accurate. because there's so much of it out there. But what I want to share with you guys today is that if you do just the basics of good, solid SEO, which is just making sure that your site communicates really well to Google about what your site is all about, you don't need to do secret tips or hidden things or magical SEO things to get your site up to the top of the search engines. The basics work really, really well. Number 2, optimize for 1 or 2 keywords per page of your site. So these are just things that you need to be thinking about as you're creating a website or as you're adding the content to that site. So 1 to 2 keywords. That's one of the biggest things that I see when I'm working with a client who's struggling to get ranked, is that they're trying to optimize their front page for 20 or 30 different keyword phrases, and it's just impossible to do. Number 3, the rule of the upper left corner. Has anybody ever heard of the rule of the upper left corner? One guy has. That's actually kind of cool because I just made it up this morning. So the rule of the upper left corner is just that everything to Google, what's in the upper left of your browser window is the most important. So what's at the very, very top, and depending on your browser, it could be left justified. I'm sorry, that's right. It could be left justified, or it could be centered, is your page title, right? Your title tag, right? So the next thing that's down in your browser is the URL. So if you just stop and think about this, and you go up to the upper left-hand corner and you work from the top down on every page, you're going to work on the most important things first. And then this also applies because when you write that page title, if you apply the rule of the upper left corner, what's the most important word in your page title? It's the first word, right? Because that's what shows up in the upper left corner. So when you write the page title, put your most important words there, your keywords in the upper left corner. And then you work your way down. So next thing on the page is probably the H1 tag. And so that's really important. And then you work down to your content, and that your content is the next thing that's important. But if you just start in the upper left and work your way down, you're going to hit the most important things first. Number 4, if you can't see it, neither can Google. Okay? So anything that you do or somebody suggests that you do that's going to hide or obscure content on the page, it's going to take words and put them off way to the right using a div tag or something, this is bad SEO. Okay? Now, just because it's bad doesn't mean you won't get away with it for a while, but if you do get caught, you could get banned from the search engines. These are not good things for your site or for your clients, right? There's already a question also. Oh, that was the 15-minute mark?
No, that's actually.
Oh, shoot. Man.
Really quick, what about image replacement? They're real common H1 tag.